What's going on, guys? Santi here. Today I'm going to be running through my Night of Champions predictions. As always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications. If you're a wrestling fan, you already found the right place for you, so make sure you subscribe. But before we jump into the predictions, let me jump into a little rant here, because why in the world is this being marketed as a 3 main event premium live event? This makes no sense to me, especially considering that this card only has 7 matches and 3 of them are main events. So nearly 50% of the card is a quote main event. And also, not to mention that as of the last episode of Monday Night Raw, there were only 5 matches confirmed and 3 of them were main events, meaning that more than half of the card for the majority of the buildup of this pay-per-view was a main event. That makes no sense to me. Look, wrestling fans know and understand that the last match is the main event. I understand for marketing purposes, trying to get as many butts on the seats and as many tickets sold. I get it. You're trying to market this to be this huge event, but this is not a one-off. You did this also in Backlash in Puerto Rico, and I really hope that this doesn't become the new norm, where by SummerSlam, we're gonna have 17,000 main events. And naturally, by having this many main events, you are devaluing all the other main events. You really genuinely are, because now what should have felt super special in that World Heavyweight Championship match, which should, by the way, 100% be closing the show. If it doesn't close the show, you really are from day one devaluing that championship. You're making that championship feel less special if it isn't the most important prize on the show, which it definitely is, considering Roman Reigns isn't defending his championships. So for the love of God, WWE, stop this multiple main event shtick and please let AJ Styles and Seth Rollins main event this. Okay, that's the end of my rant. Let's actually jump into some predictions here. And don't forget to leave your predictions in the comments below and we can argue about it. We'll start off with the Intercontinental Championship match between Gunther, the Ring General, and Mustafa Ali. This is a very interesting match, even if it is a very lopsided one, because I think all of us know and believe in our heart of hearts that Gunther is going to win this. But what's interesting is the development of Ali here, because as of the last episode of Monday Night Raw, he removed the veil of Positive Ali to reveal, his true intentions, his true motivations, which is this serious individual that feels like he hasn't achieved enough in the WWE. If you watched his Twitter video last week, you know that he has some very interesting intrinsic motivations to put on a great show here. One of them, which is very difficult for me and maybe a lot of you that are watching this show to relate to, is the fact that he wants to be a role model for other kids that live in Arab nations that look similar to him, so that they can look up to him and understand and know that they can achieve something. That being said, that entire promo, which was originally scheduled for Monday Night Raw, was absolutely buried, and so was Mustafa Ali, honestly, with the meme of the year quote of "Get a life, kid" from Brock Lesnar. So even though I do believe that this match is going to be fun, I think it's going to be competitive. Ali, we're discounting him, but we're forgetting that he's a phenomenal worker in the ring. So him being paired up with Gunther, I wouldn't be surprised if this is a 4.5, maybe even a 5-star match if they actually let them go for 10-15 minutes. And Triple H has been known to give the Intercontinental Championship that room to breathe, so don't be shocked if this is actually a phenomenal match, but I'm still taking Gunther to win this. Next, we have a match that I personally believe doesn't really have any spot here on the card, aside from the fact that it's defending a championship on Night of Champions, and that's Rhea Ripley versus Natalya. Yes, it's great that a championship is being defended on Night of Champions, because that's how the show is being marketed, but this match has really had no build, and the little build that we've had has been honestly disinteresting, where all we've had is a stare down in the ring with no words and no physicality, and then a little bit of a war of words backstage in a bit of a throwaway segment. So I'm not excited for this. That being said, I'm not going to discount this, because I've discounted matches before, especially in Backlash, as matches that were just going to be throwaways, and then they ended up being fantastic. I think a great example was Bianca Belair and Io Sky. So I'm going to give this every ounce of a chance that I can give it. I'm just not excited about the match on paper. I'm taking Rhea Ripley though. Next, we have a match that I'm excited about, which is Bianca Belair and Asuka, which is a WrestleMania rematch. And I'm in love with the fact that Asuka has now truly embraced this heel persona. I think it's a long time coming, this kind of tweener in between good guy, bad guy. it left me a little bit confused, but now that she has fully embraced the I'm an absolute shit disturber version of Asuka, I'm on board with it. I have high hopes for this match to outdo the, in my opinion, disappointing match that they had at WrestleMania, and I wouldn't be surprised if they do end up having an absolute barn burner. That being said, and I keep saying that being said, I gotta get that out of my vocabulary, I'm gonna go with a little bit of a absolutely bizarre choice here. I think Asuka could actually win this. And I say this because the fans are slowly turning on Bianca Belair, and that's because she's the good guy face that is also the final boss. And a good guy face is much better off chasing the championship than being the one gatekeeping the championship. So if they want to get the audience back on Bianca Belair's side, I think she's got to drop the title here and go on the chase. So I'm going to take Asuka. Next, we have a match that has arguably had the best buildup out of all of the matches on this card, and that is Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus. When it comes to long-term storytelling, these two have been putting on a phenomenal show on a week-to-week basis, and Becky Lynch has been absolutely cooking on the mic, proving on a week-by-week basis that she isn't just one of the best female workers on the mic, she's one of the best WWE superstars, period, on the mic. And Trish Stratus has really been blossoming as this snivy heel that is willing to make fun of children. It's great. This is great character work from Trish Stratus, and this storyline overall has been an absolute thumbs up from me. I don't believe that this is the only match that they have. I wouldn't be surprised if we have a match between them either at SummerSlam or at Money in the Bank. I'm going to take the heel to win the first match, so I'm going to take Trish Stratus. Next, we have a match that came absolutely out of left field, and it's absolutely crazy that it's happening. It is Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus Solo Sikoa and Roman freaking Reigns for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. That's right, folks. Roman Reigns is in the collection mode. He is here to find all the Infinity Stones, and by the end of the year, he's going to be NXT Women's Champion, probably. But this is great because we have a genuine boogeyman now in Roman Reigns who could not just hold 2 championships hostage, but 4 championships hostage. So the entirety of the WWE universe is going to be likely pulling for Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens to, at the very least, protect the tag team division. I do believe that this is a stepping stone to what I believe will be the culminating story of all of this, which is the Bloodline Civil War. I believe the Usos are going to get involved, and they're going to accidentally cost Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa the match, potentially setting up a tag team match between those 4 in the future, maybe Money in the Bank, SummerSlam, but I don't believe that we're going to have Roman 4 belts. I'm taking Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn to protect the belts, keep them on weekly television, and win this match. Next, we have a match that I was originally super excited about, but the way that the storyline turned as of the last episode of Monday Night Raw, I'm far less excited about it, and that's Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar. I'm not excited about it because clearly what they're doing is that they are handicapping Cody Rhodes to justify a loss to Brock Lesnar. Although maybe I'm entirely wrong, and they are just doing this to make Cody Rhodes a significant underdog after he bloodied Brock Lesnar so that he can then win and look even stronger, kind of like he did with the torn pec against Seth Rollins. Either way, I don't like this crutch that they're using for storytelling basis, which is the broken arm. I think it's going to really limit what these two are going to be able to do in the ring. Again, hopefully I'm wrong. Cody Rhodes entirely is capable of having a match with one arm. He's literally proven it when he had a legitimate injury at Hell in a Cell versus Seth Rollins. So maybe what I'm saying is complete hoopla, and this match is going to be phenomenal. That being said, it's just the storyline beats that make it a little bit frustrating. Like, there's just no reason why Cody Rhodes should feel like an underdog considering he left Brock Lesnar battered and bloodied less than a month ago. So I would have loved to just let these two have a full-on match, maybe a 20-minute classic that they were unfortunately robbed of in Backlash in Puerto Rico. But it's looking like this is probably going to be another 10-minute match where most likely Brock Lesnar is going to eat Cody Rhodes because of this handicap, setting up a third match in the trilogy either at SummerSlam or Money in the Bank. So I'm going to take Brock Lesnar on this one to tie up the series. And lastly, what I will absolutely defend to the ends of the earth that should be the main event, and that is Seth freaking Rollins versus AJ Styles for the newly minted World Heavyweight Championship. If this doesn't close your show, this title is going to mean less. Let me repeat that. If this doesn't close your show, this title is going to mean less. WWE has unfortunately kind of shown their cards as to who they likely prefer to win this championship with all of these vignettes and interviews that only Seth Rollins has gotten, and AJ Styles hasn't gotten any of that love and treatment and red carpet treatment. So I'm going to go with Seth Rollins here just based on the contextual clues that we've been getting on WWE television. Either way, this is a win-win scenario. Either of these two win the championship, I'm happy. But you know, what would happen if AJ Styles wins? Does he take that championship over to SmackDown, which is kind of redundant and completely ruins the purpose of this entire draft? Oh, by the way, yeah, the draft was stupid to begin with. The draft surely should have happened after Night of Champions, but I'm going to take Seth freaking Rollins to take this title over to Raw where it makes sense and be a fighting champion week in, week out, and put on phenomenal matches over the next year. But that's it. Thank you very much for watching this video. Let me know in the comments below who you think is going to be winning these matches, and I'm going to be doing a watch along of Night of Champions over on my Twitch page, twitch.tv/Santizap. Check the description below. It'll be the very top link. Make sure that you're there at 1 p.m. Eastern time. That is when I'll be live doing the watch along of Night of Champions. Also, don't forget to leave a comment. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you watch this long, leave a comment about potato chips. In that way, I'll know that you watch this long. Potato chips. That's the secret code. Potato chips. Thank you very much for watching this video. Take care and be good people. Cheers.